Sook, I didn't shave. I forgot to shave. My razor broke.
Let me see what you look like.
You see it? I got a lot of scruff going on. It comes in very gray. Sook, what a great show tonight.
Let's serve it up, Scotty. Serve it up.
Goodness. Are you ready to roll? Listen, Sook, we have got an amazing show. Dave Noll, TV creator extraordinaire. The guy's a genius. We were just talking about it before we got on the air. Also, Alyson Williams, R&B.
Beautiful.
Legend, right from New York. Everybody from New York tonight. It's a New York type of show. We're going to hit you in 3, 2, and 1.
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
It's musical. It's magical.
Whoa!
This is a sexy show.
Someone's getting some action.
These larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor,
You just got George's earwax all over your ears, bud.
entertainment,
Jesse's girl.
Wonderful.
and optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
Oh, boy.
Ah, yes. And that's what we do here on this program, Sook. We laugh together with all our viewers from around the country and even around the world.
All right, Scotty, how's your weekend? We are serving it up. It is Tuesday night. And look, listen, we already have a list of viewers that are joining us. Should I give out some hellos? Should we start it out?
They're all on. Just
All
light
right, Teresa Ricardo, Jerry Hetrick, Sean Overton. Sean saying, happy late National Women's Day.
Yes, that was
International Women's
yesterday.
Day.
You remember we had that conversation on our 1 year ago today or yesterday, Sook, when we first started the show, when you and I
March
were
8th. Yep.
talked about International Women's Day.
Mhm.
And I said, when the hell is there an International Men's Day? And you were like, well, what do you guys do on
And
Men's
that's
Day?
every day.
You sit around and you think about how we got over on all the women. That's what we do. That's what you said, right?
All right. We've got Deborah Casey, John P. Wilson Jr., William Noll, Sherry Mitchell, Judy Richardson, Sandy Charles. Irene Fitzhugh saying happy birthday to Paula. Is it Paula's birthday?
Look on the screen right there, Sook. Look on the screen. Paula Giordano Borghese Basili Janetti Rosenberg. It's her
No,
birthday
she's
today.
not a Rosenberg. She's a Basile. She's a Borghese Borsile.
You know what I want to sing to Paula? Hey,
Hey, Paula.
I want to marry you. Hey, Paula. Nobody else would ever do. So, we have an amazing show tonight. I got to tell you, they've all been
All right,
pretty
before we
amazing.
get to the show, can we talk about the Meghan Markle? Can we talk about Harry? Can we talk about...
Well, yeah. Let me give them a little tease as to who's coming on, and then I'll let you get into your Meghan and Harry and all that, royal family stuff.
all the kibitzing, the kibitzing?
All the kibitzing. Dave Noll, TV show creator extraordinaire, is on with us tonight. He's going to give us the behind the scenes on how the secret sauce is made. So pitch meetings, sales, the whole deal, talent, everything. I love hearing those stories.
I know you do.
And then we have Alyson Williams, who's an R&B recording artist, first female with the Def Jam comedy, the Def Jam recording label with Russell Simmons. So she's coming on. She's going to sing for us a little bit later on, and it's going to be a great show. We've got not one, but two fantastic flashbacks for tonight since our 1 year anniversary. Got some of those happening. And also, I'm very excited because once Dave comes on, right around the time, before we let him go, Sook, you and him in a battle of not sitcom this time, because when Iron Eagle was on from CBS, you guys did a sitcom themes. This is just TV themes overall.
Okay.
It's going to be great. So you guys will play against each other. But go ahead. Let's talk about Meghan Markle, because you know what, Sook? I haven't seen enough of Meghan and Harry on TV in the last few days.
I watched the whole thing. I was riveted. I actually recorded it. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it on replay because I know there were certain things that were going to happen that I was going to be like, I don't really understand what's going on here. But the two things that I did learn is that Tyler Perry is really rich because he gave Meghan Markle and Harry, his security detail. He was like, all right, you can just have it. But all joking aside, but I really felt for the two of them. I felt for Harry. Like, I just kind of felt like, wow, his father's not talking to him. There's a rift with his brother. I just felt like the whole thing. And let's not talk about the baby. I mean, there were concerns about the baby and the color of his skin. I mean, it was just there were bombs being dropped.
How dark do you think this child is going to be? How dark do you think? Can you give me a level of darkness, Suki? Is it brown, light brown, medium color, very white like that Scott Stanford fellow? Tell us how brown or
so
dark
white
this
that the baby see through, is it?
Will it have an Irishy white hue? Tell me, Suki. It's unbelievable.
Listen, I was just kind of like, I couldn't believe like we were really talking about all of this. I mean, I love The Crown. I don't know about you, Scotty. I know you have your own take on it. You're a big Crown
person. I know.
Yeah. So I just was like, I was really fascinated by who's in the firm.
Right. I love how they call it the firm.
Is it the Queen?
Right.
It seemed a little like, like there are people working behind us. We had a communications team and they had a communications team, but nobody's communicating. I was like, that's like every family.
It's funny because the one thing I felt bad about was when Harry said he reaches out to his father, but the guy doesn't answer his calls. And that's pretty crappy. You know what I mean? I mean, forget the whole royal thing. The kid's, he's still your son, right? So regardless of what went down, and I love how Harry said that they're both trapped, right? Prince, William?
Prince Charles and Prince William, who's going to be the king of England. I mean, they're both in line in succession. Yeah. I mean, listen. I mean, of course you're trapped. I mean, it's the House of Windsor. I mean, it is something that seems very archaic in our modern age, but it's also the history of England. Yeah. I just think I'm glad the Queen put out a statement. I'm glad the Queen put out a statement. Apparently, Piers Morgan, who stepped down from the hottest morning show over in England, had a lot of beef with Meghan Markle. And it's just, like every family is dysfunctional. So is theirs. But we knew theirs was. But we thought they kind of healed a little bit after Diana's death. And I'm talking about Princess Diana, Harry's mom. But yeah.
Listen, Piers thought that the whole thing was full of baloney, to put it mildly. And he got about the station that he's on that Good Morning Britain show. He got about 60,000 emails to the station that people that were ticked off. And he stepped down. And I don't know if it's worth losing your job over. And some people like to, they like to say things and go far out there and see how far they could push the envelope. But is it really worth losing a job that was probably paying them some nice money, Sue?
You think? I think he was being paid a lot of money.
Suki, do you think the baby will be a rapper if we're lucky? Will it be brown or dark brown? Tell me.
Chris Jacobs says Piers Morgan tried to holla at Meghan and got Heisman.
One of these. It's like that's the Heisman. Suki, we're going to talk about a lot of things. I want to talk about the Grammys, which are coming up on Sunday, because I don't know 98% of the songs or artists that are in now. And I consider myself a musicista.
Aficionado.
But listen, I want to, our first guest is in the green room. Dave Noll is here. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, a lot of TV shows. But listen, we have been on for a year now. It was right about the beginning of March that we started the show. We did I think about 140 shows, Suk. Since then, we've had so many guests on. So, ladies and gentlemen, back with Dave Noll. We got a little flashback for you. We're coming back right after this.
It's a Suki and Scott show. Fantastic flashback.
We'll tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. It's been 3 long years, Suki. Do you still love me?
Love me. Tony, let me see if I got it right for a second, and you kick it in. You ready? Hey, girl, what you doing down there? 1 floor below me. You don't even know me.
Well, you skipped the line.
I did.
ahead, you do it.
Hey, girl, what you doing down there? Dancing alone every night while I live right above you.
That's
I
it.
can hear the music playing. I can see your body swaying. One floor below me, you don't even know me. I love you.
Oh, my darling.
Not 3 times.
I can't believe you two know those songs. I love you.
It's a Suki and Scott Show. Fantastic flashback. Do you know that
Dude, I
Tony now?
love Tony Orlando, right?
He's doing a show that they air on WABC here in New York every Saturday night. He's got all his Paul Ankas on.
Wow.
All of his musical friends. But anyway, Suk, our first guest, Dave Noll, has created over 50 television programs. Over 50. 3,300 episodes. That's a lot. I thought our 140 was a lot. He's got 3,300 of it. One of those shows is a show that's on the Game Show Network, very popular. America Says. I'll show you a little bit about it, and then we'll bring Dave.
All right, let's get right to it. Everyone's playing.
Oh, it's so good.
With what America's saying.
We think that the last C is concert.
So play along
I want to roll now, y'all. Come on.
and laugh along.
One is not a roll.
Because having fun is never wrong.
There it is.
America Says, weekdays at 4:30 and all new episodes weeknights at 9. Only on Game Show Network.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
I love that show. I mean, I love your show. I love that show. I love
Dave.
Tony Orlando.
So, Dave, we had
Tie a yellow ribbon.
Sing it, baby.
See? I know it's a musical program. This particular.
that.
It really is.
Dave, we didn't tell you, but you're gonna have to sing in about 15 minutes. We had Dylan Lane on last week, who hosts Chain Reaction.
Yep.
We told him,
And I was terrible, Dave. I was terrible.
It was awful. We played the game.
Show. That's a hard show to be.
I couldn't get it.
I was pretty good. I don't want to brag. I was pretty good, but we told him that it was our favorite show on the Game Show Network. But since you're with us now, America Says,
You're our favorite.
easily our favorite show.
You guys have really had a moment in the last week, and you figured out your favorite show, really in all of television.
Yes,
America Says. I love. Yes, that's good. That's good of you. It's an
Michael
amazing
Higgins.
show. We are extremely proud of it. John Michael Higgins is an absolute genius. He's so funny.
I mean, I love it because it's something that you can really play with the whole family, and you don't have to be absolutely brilliant.
What are you saying about us?
I'm just saying that it makes the average person feel good about themselves. Like that we have an ability to predict what America says.
and as my Uncle Pete says, who's from South Jersey, so all you South Jersey fans out there, go South Jersey. He says it helps that we give you the first letter. So he's
It
like,
does.
like it.
I totally
that.
does.
He loves John Michael Higgins. He loves the show. His favorite part is that he gets the first letter.
See, right, you get the first letter. But you know what's funny, Dave? Over the summer, we had Matt was on the show.
No way!
Matt
was on the show too.
Matt was on the show over the summer, and you guys developed Factorious, which is a podcast game show. And
he's amazing.
Matt's a great guy, and he did that game with us. And that's where they give you the actual initial of each answer. So if it's a person, you get the first and last initial.
Yeah, our next show, we're just gonna give you the answer, and then the question.
That's my kind of show, Dave. I like it.
Maybe then South Jersey will get it.
Dave, you know what I love when we're going to talk about everything you've done in a sec. I want to talk about all 9,000 shows you've created. But it's
one through number 9,000.
Yeah, Dave. The funny thing is, it seems like when you're coming up with the idea and a concept for a show now, the thing is, what hasn't been done. So you guys aren't recreating any wheels here. You're taking concepts from different places and positioning them in a different way, making them a little more, fun on this angle, fun on that angle. But nobody's really recreating the wheel. It's all just, okay, let's take a concept here that's already been done, but we'll do it in a different way with different personalities, different set. And that really seems to be the way of the world right now.
We First of all, our whole goal is to have a blast. We have an absolute great time coming up with shows, and yes, the heart of what we think the heart of a great idea is usually based on some other idea, but the key is you have to come up with one thing, one unique hook, something about it that no one's ever come up with before, and that way people feel comfortable with it. But on the other hand, there's one thing that they can talk about, and they can say, "Hey, have you seen that new show Chopped? Have you seen that new show America Says?"
Can I tell you something? That is like, I'm obsessed with it. My children are obsessed with it. We love Chopped. We love Chopped Jr. I can't believe these kids know how to cook the way they do. I'm like, this is phenomenal. Now, I would like to know, how did you guys come up with the whole concept of Chopped and like taking the Food Network and then adding that game show sort of spin with money and bringing people in, judges? How did that all come about?
It was we created the show in 2007. So at that point, they basically had, it was mostly cooking, mostly chefs, mostly just straight cooking on Food Network. But they did have Iron Chef, which started overseas.
In Japan.
Yeah. And then they brought it here. And they were looking for other cooking competitions. They did say to us, we don't want that many. We only want like maybe one more, which is obviously hilarious because now at least, 3/4 of the network.
There's the baking championship. There's the holiday baking championship. I watch it all. The Halloween baking championship. It just goes on.
And it's so addictive. So with Chopped, a friend of mine Cleve is the woman I create all these shows with. We've been working together forever. But at that point we were working with a guy named Mike. Oh, that's me and Matt Eisman. Eisman's so great, by the way, everybody.
Good looking man.
That picture of me and Matt Eisman, because I'm not a short guy. I'm 6 foot. My kids think I'm a large gentleman, and this picture came out and they laughed out loud. They're like, "Look, you look so tiny. He's like a real man, and you're like a small child."
Oh, that's great.
Like handsome, insanely smart. He was a doctor. He went to Princeton. I hate everything about him.
Yeah, that's what I told him when he was on with us. I said I was unhappy with how great.
I was like, "You're so sexy." I was like, "God, you went to Princeton. You're a doctor. You're on. You're the."
Well, listen, your partner, Cleve, who's in this picture with you.
Here we are.
You guys, how did you guys meet, and how did you get to say to hey, you know what? Let's make some shows together. How does that all come about?
Crazy story where I was at MTV Networks, working at MTV and VH1, and I just found myself creating shows and saying, "What about this? What about this? What about this?" And my boss at the time was like, "Look, you're actually really good at this, but you're doing it in completely the wrong way. You should really, it's not your role to do this. Usually people pitch from the outside. You should think about it." And it was a bit of a risk because I was like, "Wait, is he firing me? Is he just trying to get rid of me? Is this a weird way to get rid of Dave Noll?" But I came home and I talked to my wife and I said, she knew that I was pitching show after show. And I said, Bill Brand basically said, what you should think about doing is pitch from the outside. And God bless her, she was extremely supportive, even though it was crazy. And we had, I think at that point, at least one kid, maybe two very little kids. And so I was pitching just where, whoever would take a pitch with me. And meanwhile, there was this lady, Cleve Keller, who was working at Oxygen, and she was doing the same thing. And she was going into her into her executives and saying, "What about this? What about this?" Wow. And we met one day in 2003, and no joke, she came in and pitched me a show. And I had just talked to AMC the day before, and they said, "We're looking for this, this type of thing." And I wrote on I had this yellow notepad, and I was writing just taking notes. And I wrote, "I'm going to sell this show." And I thought to myself, this is so crazy. So many people pitch me shows and none of them are good. But 99 out of 100, you've heard the idea before, it's not going to work, etc. But this was so sellable. And then, so I didn't tell her. I said, "Do you have anything else?" And the second show she pitched me was just as good. And I was completely shocked. And then at the end of all that, I said, you're not going to believe it, but I think I can sell that first show. Let's do a deal right now. And I did. We sold that show to the legendary television executive Vlad Wolanets at AMC.
Was that the Movies 101?
It was called Film Fakers, but then that relationship then turned into a whole bunch of specials and turned into one of my favorite shows, Movies 101, with Professor Richard Brown from NYU.
Wow, that's great.
And it was like Cleve was, to this day, she's just dumbfounded that we met. And I said, I'm going to sell this show. And then I did. She's like, why can't you do that again? Just work your magic.
So you are basically content creating before there was a word for content creating and aggregating and placing things on platforms like we know now.
100%. We just called ourselves show creators. But yes, yes. At one point, one of my kids said, "Oh, so basically you're a content creator." And I was like, "Oh, I guess
that's it. That's it. Content.
That's what I am now."
And Dave, when you go into a pitch meeting, right, back when we were actually seeing people in person, and you have all your ducks in a row, you've got your pitch deck, the sizzle reel, whatever, the pilot. Do you go into, is it one of these conference rooms where there's, 10 executives sitting there and you got to do your, dog and pony show?
It depends. Sometimes there's one executive. Sometimes, yes, there's 10. It gets as many as 10 or 12. And the crazy thing that we do, so sometimes we have a tape, sometimes we have a deck, just like you'd imagine. Sometimes we have some sort of presentation that's on the screen, but sometimes we actually play the game. So for America Says, we played the game in the conference giant in Los Angeles, this giant conference room in the Game Show Network. And it went really well. Like literally that was a crazy situation where we pitched, I think it was January 24th, 2018. And the next day I was on the plane. Cleve was still in LA. And I'm flying into Newark Airport and the plane lands, and like everybody, I immediately hop on my phone and there's text after text after text after text from Cleve. You got to call me right away. You got to call me right away. Oh my God, you're not going to believe it. This is unbelievable. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And I call her and I'm still on the plane. I call her and she said they just bought 65 episodes. No development deal.
Whoa.
And they wanted to air in June. And I remember that feeling, just walking through Newark Airport, gliding through, floating through Newark Airport, like, oh wow, that's 65 episodes is pretty great. Amazing. And it was
so everybody wants to know, like, what's the secret sauce?
It's like I really do think we have a ton of fun. We do a ton of research. We basically have this saying that's like, we're going to create a show that's so good, this network will even work with us. Like if they get pitched by anybody else, when we come in, they'll be like, oh, Dave, actually that Cleve and Dave idea, that's even better. And so we do a ton of research and we come up with ideas constantly. We come up with ideas every day. Like literally Cleve's texting me, what do you think about this? Did you see Harry and Meghan? Oh my gosh, Oprah said this. Is that a show? Back and forth.
Is that a show? It was a show.
It was definitely Oprah. That lady's very talented.
Crazy good.
Dave, one day I want Suki to get off a plane. I want her to have 100 texts from me saying that this show.
I do too. Dave, make this happen for us. Come on.
You guys, this show is very, very good. I've been watching episodes all week. It's although, as I told you, I got a little nervous when I saw the Gutenberg episode because I was this is such a great show.
You will not get Gutenberg. Your signal is too good. It's too good.
Your signal's good. So one of the other shows that I remember being on was Face the Truth. I want to show everybody real quick, and then we'll talk about it.
It's time to face the truth. Vivica A. Fox and the Truth Team gear up for a much-needed dose of no-holds-barred talk.
I can't sit here and listen to you giving excuses.
It's the show with meaningful conflict.
I never knew that she would love me like that. I'd die for you.
Instructive resolution.
What's the truth?
Tear it down.
And that's no lie.
Get ready to face the truth.
I love that.
So
I love Vivica so much.
Yeah.
Oh, she plays that role perfectly.
Vivica's great. So game shows, competition, reality. When you are the creator of the show, are you also involved in the process of the casting of the show?
It totally depends on the show, but basically the way we look at it is we're involved until the machine is up and running. So that particular show, Face the Truth, our partners were CBS and Dr. Phil and Dr. Phil's entire company. So a lot of the, like, for instance, the casting was, I'm pretty sure it was just Phil calling Vivica and saying, do you want to be on it? Because they called us and they said, we had originally created the show and it was called The Brutal Truth. We pitched it to CBS. CBS said, hey, we really love it. It would probably be better if Phil was involved. And we were like, that's absolutely amazing. So we went out to LA, sat in Phil's gigantic, scary conference room, and pitched Dr. Phil and his whole team. And then once that show got up and running, again, it was like them calling us and saying, hey, Vivica wants to do it. They were great to work with, though. They were, they would call and say, what do you think about Vivica? And they would, here's some clips for you to watch. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's Vivica Fox. Like, of course, yes. Just say yes.
But who had the idea of taking the reality, the conflict, the kind of the panel with the resolution, and then Vivica is like, Judge Judy, but like with a little bit more, I'm going to serve it to you, but I'm going to serve it to you in a real way that, that we know how the street works,
That was originally the concept was Cleve was obsessed with this hook in our minds called The Brutal Truth, which is we all think we kind of know who we are, but really it's all about perception, right? Like and everyone has different opinions on us, but they're not going to say what these opinions are. So the nugget was called The Brutal Truth. And it was basically like finding out in these situations where there's a disagreement within a family or within a group of friends, who's really right. And here's 5 experts to tell you the brutal truth. Eventually it became called, they changed the title and it's Face the Truth. But as I say, the as it built and as it became a bigger and bigger idea, we started talking about, well, what if it's really kind of part Judge Judy and part The View? And that's really where the nugget of that happened.
You know what? I feel like I watched The View today, and they need Vivica kind of like navigating that right now.
I'm telling you, she's so good at that. Like, I've seen The Talk, and I'm like, oh, you should have Vivica on. Vivica can get. She's so talented and the nicest person ever, and just she's amazing to work with. We've worked with not great people, but the ones you've brought up so far, Ted Allen, Matt Eisman, Vivica Fox, John Michael Higgins, these are great. Outstanding people.
Good people.
I was reading a little bit about you today, and I know you worked with this fella for a little while.
Wow.
Barry Diller. And it said in the, I don't know if it was Wikipedia or one of those places where it's, and tell me if Barry Diller was one of those guys who gave you a certain type of advice.
He is absolutely amazing. If you don't know who he is, billionaire media tycoon. Right now he runs IAC, which is all these tech companies that you've heard of, brand after brand after brand that are famous. Yeah. He started the Fox network. Back in the day. There would be no Simpsons or Married with Children or any of those things without Diller. And Cleve and I were lucky enough to work with him from 2009 to 2012. We were in New York in that we called it the iceberg. It's the IAC building because it's so scary and cold inside. But it looks like an iceberg. It's right on the west side.
On the west, yes, on the West Side Highway.
You've seen it. And every day with him, we've worked with a lot of amazing people, but I swear of the 20 smartest things I ever heard in television, 18 of them were said by Diller. Every time you were with him, I mean, I just have notebooks filled with things that he said. But he really, basically, Cleve and I used to do any type of show. We would do, any type of unscripted show, workplace shows or bearded men shows or housewife shows or any of those things. And he he was the person who basically said to us, look, there's something unique that you guys do, which is create these formats, these game shows, competition shows, etc. And these shows can make tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars around the world. Focus on that. And he said it in a very direct way. Basically, don't bring me any show unless you see a clear path to $100 million globally.
Wow.
And it changed basically everything we did. But that's why we have 3,300 episodes today, because everything we do is focused on getting that, the first pickup on Game Show Network was 65 episodes. The second one was 130. Now we're already up to, they've ordered through episode 450, and it's only been 2.5 years. It's listening to him and practicing everything he taught us. That's the reason why. That's the reason why I'm here with Suki and Scott today.
Nice mentor. Nice mentor to have.
It's so impressive to be mentored by people of that nature that not only see your ability to create, but then fosters that pathway for you to then create other channels for other people, because that's exactly what I'm sure you have been doing, Dave, for others in passing along the knowledge that you've learned.
I'm definitely this year. I think because of we've been going through some stuff this year in the last year.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I really decided this is the year I'm going to share everything I've learned. So I've just been doing post after post after post on LinkedIn, where it's just literally, do you want to create shows? Here's how we do it. Do you want to sell shows? Here's how we do it. And I've got, I don't know, like a whole stack of note cards just waiting, posts that I'm going to do all 2021 to get it out there. And I keep saying I want to spread creativity and positivity in 2021. That's what we need.
Like that.
Great.
We love that.
No, go ahead, Suk.
No, I was thinking, how is television going to change for this next generation of kids? And you have children yourself. I have young children. I see how they kind of consume technology in a different way than I did. How do we create something that's tangible and relatable for those children and those generations to come? Obviously, consumption isn't the same.
We were around at early cable when no one really took cable seriously. It was basically like, cable will never have a show that everybody's talking about. And I remember saying, I think it's going to, because that's where I worked. So whatever. And I remember when Ted Allen, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, was on the cover of Entertainment Weekly. I'm pretty sure it was on Rolling Stone too. Mm-hmm. And I was basically like, see, like that cable is going to, provide us with some big giant hits. And then obviously Sopranos and
HBO Sopranos. Yeah.
And then same thing with streaming. There was a point where a lot of people said, well, streaming, people like to watch shows on a TV. They don't want to watch it on their phone. And obviously that has turned out to be crazy wrong. But what's amazing is no matter how the whole thing turns, whether it goes from broadcast to cable or cable to streaming or streaming to whatever's next, at the end of the day, people love game shows. They love crime shows. They love solving crimes. They love two great broadcasters laughing about their day or watching, Harry and Meghan and then talking about it. There are tried and true things that people love that I think will continue on and on and on. Or although if you're on watching Netflix,
you can catch Insanity,
created by Cleve Keller. And
Dave, well, listen, you have created some fantastic game shows, so I wanted to see how well you performed in game show mode.
Right, so in these pitches, I was going to say, in these conference rooms, I host the game. So we play the game, and I'm the host, and then we have bells and whistles or whatever. I rarely ever play, so thank you all for showing everyone.
So here's what we're going to do.
This is your moment, Dave.
This is your moment, Dave. Suki, you and Dave, I need you guys to have a pen and a piece of paper. Dave, I see.
Okay, here we go. I'll get the pen, get the piece of
reach into your
paper.
pocketbook. There you go. By the way, Dave, whenever we have a magician on and they ask for money, Suki's always ready with some cash. He's always ready to roll. Here's what we're going to play because we played this once way back with Ian Eagle from CBS Sports. See, she's always got the money. We played with Ian. It was sitcom theme songs. Okay. This is going to be television theme songs. So it could be any genre. Okay. I'm going to give you 10, 15 seconds of a song. I want you guys to write it down, and then you will both present me with your findings after the song is done. Like I said, it's about 15 seconds. I put it together, so I find it to be a very easy game. You guys should find it to be very easy as well.
I can do it in 5 notes, Scott.
Here we go, Sue. Here we go.
Going to crush me here.
Theme song number 1.
Here we come, walking down the street. We get the funniest looks from everyone we meet.
Was that easy, Scotty? Come on.
Suki gets monkeys. Yes, Dave gets it.
And I spelled it.
Yes, Dave spelled it correctly.
Did I get it right?
Yes, you are both 1 for 1. Well on your way to the car. Here is theme song number 2.
Packing and unpacking, town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe you and me were never meant to be.
We could get together once in a while. KRP in Cincinnati.
I'm into KRP in Cincinnati.
By the way, Dave, I had about 4 posters of Lonnie Anderson in my room when I was in high school.
Did, Scotty.
Oh. She was always my favorite. Here we go.
Was Lonnie your favorite, or was Cheryl Teagues?
I was Linda Carter.
You went Linda Carter?
Of course.
Yeah, no, I was a Lonnie Anderson fan. I did have the Farrah poster.
Oh yeah.
But Lonnie was I think on the wall right above the bed. Here we go.
You might have had a problem, Scott.
Do you have your bar mitzvah photo, Scott? The one with the
which
bar
one?
mitzvah photo? You know the one I'm talking about with the bunnies?
Oh, the plate? No, I was only 10 in that photo, Sue. That was way before. Here we go.
His father took him to the Playboy Club.
Here is theme song number 3. Suki going Dynasty. Both getting Dynasty. Nicely done. Wow. You guys are very good at this. Very good.
Scarily good at this.
Woo. 2 more to go. Here we go. We've
Jefferson Landing.
Jefferson.
Miss the ball, Danny. Miss it. Here we go. Here's number 4. On November 13th. Look at you. You're both.
Okay, so there was a trivia question. So there was that voiceover guy, 2 men, or
yeah.
What was the thing he said? Oscar was.
Suki says on November 13th, Felix Unger was asked to remove himself from his place of residence. That request came from his wife. With nowhere else to go, he returned to the home of his childhood friend Oscar Madison, who several years earlier was also thrown out of his place. Can 2 divorced men live together without driving each other crazy?
I love it.
Did you do that voiceover, Scotty?
I was the guy.
He was 10. He was 10 years old.
I was the guy. All right, so you're both 4 for 4.
Here we go.
This is the tiebreaker right here. I have a feeling one of you may or may not get this. Here it is. Listen closely. Suki says Beverly Hills 90210. L.A. Law. Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer is Beverly Hills 90210.
I was picturing palm trees.
Dave, you were so confident about that answer.
I was like, there's cars and palm trees. I know it.
Oh man, that was great. That was a good guess, though.
I was a huge Tori Spelling fan.
Oh my goodness, everybody on that show, forget it. Dave, listen, an absolute pleasure to have you on. I have to imagine that as we're sitting here, there's got to be an idea rolling through your head right now as to how can I get these two into a game show? How can I do it?
There always is that idea rolling around in my head. Cleve has been texting me for the last 20 minutes. She's a huge Suki fan. Oh!
The hell was that?
She also loves Scotty. There's ideas happening left and right.
Nice. Listen, when we get,
but it's a kid's show. We need a kid to host, though. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh my goodness, Dave! One time we had a sex expert on, and
there's kids, Scotty.
She was getting into some graphic stuff about a grapefruit. We were hysterical, and Suki's daughter goes flying by, and it was Suki's like, "You gotta go." But listen, Dave, the one show, the Game Show Network, America Says, that's still rolling, right?
Oh my gosh, it's on. It's literally on now as of this week, 60 times a week on the Game Show Network.
That's amazing. That's
ridiculous.
Amazing. That's great. Listen, we know from experience how hard that's got to be to pitch these shows and make them successful.
Thank you so much.
And it's congratulations, man. It's
I know from experience how hard it is to host a show like this, and you two are absolutely excellent at it.
Thank you.
So enjoyable and such professionals. It's been a shocking pleasure to be on this show. Shocking in that I can't believe you invited me. You had Gutenberg on, for crying out loud.
Dave, just for the record, in the interest of full disclosure, when I make the new sizzle reel, that quote will probably be on it.
That was my goal. My goal was to make the sizzle reel, so my work is done.
Dave, thank you so much, my friend. It's a pleasure. Continued success. And listen, if you do come up with anything for us, we're always available.
I have both of your emails, and I know you now on Facebook.
Thank you, bud. It's a pleasure.
Dave, you're the best.
Guys, we're coming
I love
back.
you both.
What's that?
I love you both. I will come on at night, in the morning.
Pleasure.
I'll be here for the 2nd year anniversary.
We have Alyson Williams, R&B legend. Dave, listen, stick around. Keep the show on because Alyson Williams is coming up. Say hello to Cleve. Cleve, we love you too. Great job. And we're coming right back. Another flashback right after this.
It's a Suki and Scott show. Fantastic flashback.
What was the card in your mind, Scott?
I was going 3 of clubs.
Wow, that's a random card. But here, let me ask you something. Scott, have you and I ever met before, yes or no?
No, sir.
This morning, I had a vision of you. I knew what you looked like from doing research. But this is my friend. His name is, can you see him? There he is. His name is Scott. He looks just like you. Watch him take off his hat. Watch him reach into his hat and take out one card out of every card. Of course, he's going to take out the 3 of clubs. The more you drink, the better the magic. Don't just warm up. Now, let me keep on going.
It's a Suki and Scott show. Fantastic flashback.
I totally remember that guy too. I was like blown.
Do you remember he had you come up with a restaurant in New York, and then he made a phone call?
Yes,
and he had,
yes, it was La Bernadette because he was like, name a famous, restaurant that you love to go. That
I
and it was La Bernadette.
I think I figured out how he did it. We're going to do it to somebody one of these days. Alyson Williams, we spoke about her before, just an absolute R&B legend from the New York area. She's coming up. We're going to talk. She's going to sing a little bit. Oh, we let Dave get away without singing, but we'll get him back one of these days. Here's a quick listen to Alyson Williams, and then we're going to bring her.
Summer nights in Harlem make my heart remember you. It was on that night I fell in love with you. Walking hand in hand, the way that lovers do. Summer nights in Harlem make my heart remember you.
Oh, there she is, ladies
Ooh, Alyson.
Hi, Alyson. How are you?
How are you?
Nice to meet you, young lady. You look beautiful this
Nice to meet you too. I was enjoying the other portion of the show, and I'm looking for a game show as well, please.
We are. We're looking for a Dave to save us. Come on, Dave.
Yeah.
Come on.
Alyson, you host a radio show here in the New York area, right?
I do.
What happened, Soup? We lost our audio.
I don't know.
Wait, Alyson, I think we lost your audio for a second. Hold on.
There she is.
There you are.
You know, it's always something.
Yeah. Can you raise the level on your microphone at all? You know how to do that? or just sit close.
Now we're doing a comedy show. Oh, please, come on.
No. Just good.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm see what
Oh
you did?
no, Alyson, don't say it.
Say it ain't so.
Now we don't see you.
I know. You can't ask me to touch buttons, honey. That's not. I'm a singer. I don't do this.
Alyson,
I love you.
I went for it. You want to log out and log back?
Log out and log back in, Alyson. That's the easiest way.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Go ahead. Well, no, I'm gonna remove you.
He's gonna kick you out, and then you come back in.
Come back in.
Go ahead. There you go. She'll get back in, Suki. I'll tell you, everybody enjoying the show. What a great guy, Dave Noll. I mean, Suki, he really gave us some good inside info behind the scenes.
To be able to create those kind of shows from MTV to, like all the way to Chop Jr. to the Game Show Network, him and his partner are just these brilliant minds, they're just kind of like yours, Scotty.
But the funny thing is when, they come up with the names, there's Alyson, let's bring her back. There's such basic name, Chopped, Face the Truth. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me get Alyson back. Here she is. Alyson?
Yay! Perfect, Alyson. You're good. Don't touch a thing.
I'm not.
There you go. That sounds better, Alyson.
I don't care if you can't hear me. I'm just sign it or something. I'll write it on a little piece of paper and hold it up like you did. I was playing the game with you, and I had almost all of them right, but I couldn't. I was in the backstage here, so I didn't count.
You got all the
songs.
Did you get Beverly Hills 90210?
I absolutely did not. I got everything else. I got the Monkeys. I got Dynasty. I got what was the other one? I got them.
Odd Couple.
I definitely got.
It's so funny. But Alyson, we were talking about your radio show here in New York, because you're not only a legendary singer, but you're hosting as well, right?
Over at WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. We broadcast live from City College when we're able to broadcast from the building. And
Nice.
Harlem Community Radio is going strong and well. We've been able to continue our broadcast throughout COVID and do it remotely and what have you. But I do miss that, interaction and what have you. And I was lucky enough. I'm celebrating my 5th year in broadcast.
Nice.
It's something that I actually, took up as a major in school, but I never had a chance to really, hone in on it because my singing and dancing and acting were my life. But anytime I went to radio, when your record label sends you to radio to promote your music, I always told myself, I'll go on the show, but I got to do something. Give me some weather, give me some copy, give me something. And it worked so well that the program directors would call me back and say, "Are you going to be in town any longer than today or longer anytime during the week?" Because we've been getting some good feedback from our listeners, of course, back then, faxes and so on and so forth. And so they want to know if you'll be back on. Can you come and do the morning show? And it led me to work, to stand in for Tom Joyner and people like that. And just, it was just incredible. And then, and then finally I got my own little spot, which it always comes when you're not listening, or not looking for it.
When you're not looking for it, right? When you least expect it. That's kind of like finding love, Alyson. When you
which is another thing I've been working on.
How's that been going? Come on, fill us in. What's that been like?
I tell you, it's not that great, but then it's good too. You know what I mean? It'll happen when it happens.
Absolutely. It's supposed to, right? It's supposed to happen when it's supposed to happen, like everything.
My prince is out there.
Well, look,
I know this.
How beautiful you are. What are you kidding me?
That's what I keep saying. Thank you.
Yeah. Alyson, listen, what I love reading your whole, there's so much in your history. I was blown away by some of it. I know your dad was a band leader, trumpeter, right? Bobby Book. I was looking for pictures for him. So I couldn't find any pictures of him because I wanted to put his picture up on the screen, but I couldn't find any.
Wow, I would have sent you one.
Oh yeah, no, I was really looking, but what was that like growing up? And obviously, his influence on you led you to, probably your singing career, I would assume. How big of an influence was he?
Incredible, and really, I mean, well, what it did was, I didn't know immediately that I wanted to sing. I wanted to be a gymnast. I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to do, I wanted to be a figure skater. I wanted to go to the Olympics. I wanted to be a ballerina. I did get to be a ballerina, but at the end of the day, the music was always there. You know what I'm saying?
It was always in your. It was always in your rhythm.
It was part of what it was.
Yeah.
And then these people. As I got older and began to, experience my education, these people were people that were my dad's friends. So it was Louis Armstrong, it was Clark Terry, it was Dizzy Gillespie, and those were just the horn guys. Earl Hines, Dickie Wells, just incredible jazz musicians that had paved the way and laid a foundation and gone through, all of those things that you hear about. These were the guys that really did it. But to me, they were Uncle this and Uncle that. They kept
That's amazing.
And the other. Yeah, but it let me know that was possible. Do you know what I'm saying? It let me know that I could do that if that was my choice. And finally, when I decided to say, I think I do want to sing. Now my biggest obstacle was the genre of music that I wanted to sing was completely corny to all of my peers. So now I was shy. I was like the geek. I was a nerd.
So how did you go from that to becoming like meeting Russell Simmons and then becoming the first lady of Def Jam? How did that all transpire?
Well, I've always been a person who's been really self-motivated, so I promote myself a lot, and I always did. And one day, Curtis Blow was walking down the street.
Oh my gosh, Curtis Blow!
Flyer. And I'm like, hey, Curtis.
These are the breaks.
Break it up, break it up, break it up.
Break it up.
Yeah. Curtis was being managed by Russell Simmons. And Curtis was really impressed. He says, I see you around, and most people who encounter me, they always want me to do something for them, but you don't want me to do anything for you. You got your own thing going. We should talk. So I started taking Curtis around to places that he had no idea he had an adult fan base, and he started taking me to the Disco Fever, which is where hip hop kind of cultivated. As a result, I became Curtis's hit. Not hip. What am I saying? His. I sang all of the songs that he was producing at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm on basketball. The hook, his hook girl. That's the word I was trying to think of. Hook.
They're playing basketball. That's you in there.
Basketball.
That's you.
Yes, as well as my dear partner Audrey Wheeler. We also sang songs like "If I Rule the World." I love all.
Oh my God. Tell him, baby.
So all of that, Fat Boys are back, and Rapid Rodney Dangerfield and AJ Scratch, and all of that music that laid the foundation that became hip hop when it was just rap. that is how I got into it. And then he introduced me to Russell, and Russell wanted to start this label that was going to be the dopest, deafest, most underground label for underground artists. And that's what he said 25 times a day, every day. And finally he did it. And after he put Def Jam together for the rap foundation of it, for hip hop culture, he also had been raised having basement parties at the house and listening to great R&B like the Temptations and the Four Tops and the Dramatics and all of that. Gladys Knight. He heard all that music and he wanted to put together a segment within his label that paid homage to good R&B.
Wow.
And of course, they naysayed him like they did with the rap. Oh, this is just going to come and go. Oh, Russell, you don't know anything about R&B. But then he delivered. And he delivered myself and Orange Juice Jones and Chuck Stanley and Tayshaun, and the rest is history. But I became the first R&B female singer on the label, and that's why they called me the first lady of Def Jam. I'm basically the Forrest Gump of my what I do.
I wanted to ask you.
And got signed to a hip hop rap label and was given an R&B contract. And now finally I'm coming back to my jazz roots. So that's incredible.
I love the fact that you did a duet with Orange Juice Jones because he listen, I used to walk around, I saw you
and him.
You were holding hands and
I will never be the same.
And my favorite thing is when he says, hey, baby, come on in. I got some hot chocolate on the stove.
A setup.
Yeah.
That's always a setup when they say come in for some hot chocolate. You're done.
I was going to run up on you and do a Rambo.
Cold busted.
You cold busted. Now sit down because you cold busted. What was the song that you did the duet with him?
I Can Show You How to Love Again. It was featured in the movie Less Than Zero with
Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
That is great. How do you remember? Can you sing that a little bit? You remember how it goes?
I can show you how to love again. I can make you feel just what you've been missing.
Wow. Nice. What a voice. What a voice, Alyson. Jeez.
Thank you.
Alyson, you've got the face, the voice, the everything, the personality, the chutzpah. It's all rolled up in one. It's just energy.
All I need is a game show now, Suki. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your encouraging words. I really do, because this business is not easy. You know what I mean? I've worked a very long time, and I'm still on my journey. So I'm glad that I'm still able to, get up every day, and my voices continue to be strong and get stronger, and I'm able to reach into other areas, my acting and do the radio show and be an open door for other people to shine a light on their talent. You got to pay it forward. So it's all a good thing. And
the song that we played at the beginning, that's I think your most recent release, right?
Yes,
yeah. Can you do, because I can't play that much of it, or sometimes we get copyright issues. Can you do a little of that one for us?
Well, the song is called Summer Nights in Harlem, written by Maurice Lynch, and we have incredible musicians on it. We have Christian McBride, Christian Sands, Ulysses Owens, Ron Blake, Kirk Whalum, Ray Chu, Greg Sneed, just great, wonderful vocals like Ty Stevens and Dawn Tallman, and everybody came and brought their A game. And in spite of the pandemic, we were able to do a soft launch and get the buzz going. And the song is called Summer Nights in Harlem. Summer nights in Harlem make my heart remember you. It was on that night I fell in love with you, walking hand in hand, the way that lovers do. Summer nights in Harlem make my heart remember you.
Wow.
I want everybody to go and get it.
So easy, man. That's amazing.
You make it look so damn easy. It's just part of your
damn long. I'm 2 years old. Are you kidding me? I've been singing a long time.
Alyson, what do you like to listen to, and what'd you listen to growing up, and what do you like to listen to now? What was your big?
That's the thing. I listened to big band jazz music or whatever was being played now, and we played a variety of music. I mean, I got the Jackson 5, the Christmas album, I got it. But there was Dakota Staton and Earl Father Hines. There was Duke Ellington. There was what was the man who had the first name and Brazil 66.
Oh, I don't know.
He had Brazil 77, Brazil 55. He was a Brazilian artist, and I can't remember his name, but it was always Sergio Mendes and Brazil.
Sergio Mendes.
So Sergio Mendes, I believe that was it. And then there was Henry Mancini and all the soundtracks from the great movies and
Herb Albert.
Herb Albert and Brazil 66. All of that stuff. So I had but it was all very mature music for a kid of my age.
Look how beautiful you look. I mean, that is so 80s gorgeousness. That is just.
Thank you. Yes.
That is 80s queen, like right there. Oh, look at this. I love all of it. I mean, the fact that it's all back, like all of this is all back.
Yes. Giving them face, as we used to say, face.
Alyson,
what do you call it? I listen to now. My favorite music is still jazz is my love, and I tend to go back to our throwback music, and not just because I like the music and it's a familiar thing. You know the words. You get to dance it around the house, but right now, in particular, where we are in our world as a nation and as a global situation, it's a safety place. You need something that kind of makes you exhale, and you need something that takes you back to a place where we weren't in so much complete disarray and down in the water. Yeah, we're not dealing with so much conflict and a big old pandemic and you know what I'm saying. There were times when we had a little bit more of a level playing ground, and we could just breathe easy for a minute. I mean, we could never breathe easy for real, but it is what it is. It's a world and it's life, and none of us are going to get out of it alive.
Yeah, but you know what? You're so right about that, because I think even just R&B in itself has had such an evolution. And a lot of people complain like, I want original R&B. I want R&B like the way it used to be. I need more of that. Do you see artists nowadays coming up in that old school philosophy of what R&B was, or is that gone forever?
I don't think anything is ever gone forever, because there's always going to be, as you say, an audience for it. But what it is that they have watered down what seemingly like the recipe. So now you're getting music that kind of hits at R&B, but it's not really steeped in the integrity of what R&B is, or the foundation of R&B. Unfortunately, it's easier to sell the watered down version than it is to sell the real thing. And that's with anything.
Yeah.
You can sell the cheap and the shiny and and then before you know it, the smoke clears. It's like, oh dang, that wasn't nothing. That was a match. I thought it was a firework. It was a match. So that's what to me has happened with R&B. But I do believe that there are integrity-filled artists out there. It's just that you have to find them. There's less radio now, and everything is in this box that we're in. So you have to go to find them. The good thing is that as the artist, we can get to our audience because they're in the box too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a conundrum, but I hate to say, oh, it's making a comeback. It never went anywhere. It just hasn't gotten the attention that some music that to me doesn't hold as much.
Yeah, it's like LL Cool J saying, "Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years."
I've been standing right here. If you would have put it as opposed to that rock or whatever it is y'all were looking at, y'all, so it's just a matter of timing, and you have to have people who are, really committed to that, and must always honor those who still remain. Because if you let it go, it'll die.
Yeah.
But you have to, stay committed to it.
Alyson, before you go, would you give us like 30 seconds of "I Need Your Lovin'"?
Yeah.
Now, what makes this so special to you? I Need Your Lovin'.
Because I saw it on the album cover.
Okay. Well, at least you're honest.
Because you know what, Alyson? I need your loving, baby.
Hey, listen, this is the deal. We did this single, I Need Your Lovin', and then it got picked up by, at that time, one of the premier production teams, Soul to Soul. And when Soul to Soul remixed it, it made the album stay on the Billboard charts for 67 weeks.
Wow, I remember this.
It's only 52 weeks in a year. We went 67 weeks up against Madonna, the only other album that stayed on there that long. So I Need Your Lovin' is a big song for me because it actually, gave us more oomph in terms of, our longevity.
Love it.
I need your loving tonight. I'm so hooked on your loving. It's so right. You got me going in circles. I can't get you off my mind. Though I tried to be with someone else. I know it's just a waste of time because deep down inside I need your loving. And it would go like that.
I need your loving.
Listen to you, Scott.
Guy's gonna play it tonight for his wife. He's gonna be like, "Come on over, girl."
I need
I'm just
your
saying,
loving.
he's got all the material.
You're right, Alyson. He does.
Alyson. Oh, orange. Oh, forget orange juice. Hey, baby, come on in. I got some hot chocolate. Alyson, before you go, our musical director, Phil, who is he's comes on the show around now till about 9 o'clock. We do a lot of singing. He knows this tune.
Hi, Phil.
How you doing, man?
Love you,
How you
Alyson.
doing?
I'm doing very good. That song is on my playlist, and it's one of my favorites. I need your loving tonight. I'm so hooked on your loving. It seems so right. I love that song.
I love you singing it. Oh my God.
Alyson, I had to pull out the secret weapon before you left.
I see you did. Hey, look,
I'm a
Phil's
fan.
not wearing a ring. What are you
Oh
talking
no, he is.
when they can sing, I'm just start making up things in my mind. It's good.
Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, hey, I feel the same way. That's a beautiful song. Like I say, it's on my playlist, and I love it. I love it.
Between I Need Your Lovin' and Just Call My Name, we got a lot of folks, that made a lot of babies, and they asked me to send them money for the college fund. So, it's good music.
Yes.
Alyson, tell everybody about the new song before you go. Tell them where they can get it. What was it, Summer Nights in Harlem?
Summer Nights in Harlem. The CD will be finished. Hopefully by the time we get to nighttime in the summer this year. Last year we had to, kind of come down off of our push because of COVID. But Summer Nights in Harlem is the name of the single. It's also the name of the CD. There's also a follow-up single, The Romance of You. It's across all platforms. It's on Apple Music. It's on Spotify. It's everywhere. So please go out, stream it, download it, and tell your friends to do the same. Artists have been hit very hard with the COVID pandemic, and so we need to continue to generate, whatever stream of income, and that's how we do it, through our music and through you all listening and supporting it like that. Shout out to Sandra DaCosta, and I love her to death.
Sandra's the best.
Bull Lion Entertainment, Andre, all you guys over there, they keep me going, and Gail Monk, Virgil Thompson, all the folks on the team. And so please go out and get the music. Look forward to the full length CD that will be done. Hopefully we'll get to that. And you can, what is he doing?
Phil's dialing.
I'm going to add that to my playlist. I'm putting a reminder in.
Great. And let's see. People can find me at Alyson Williams on Facebook. Alyson Williams Music, on Facebook. Alyson Williams Music on Instagram, and Alyson Williams on Twitter.
And Alyson, I leave you with this photo before you leave.
Oh, thanks a lot. There's my boy. That's Orange.
Orange Juice Jones, my favorite. Alyson, thank you so much. Continued success. We love you. Come back anytime.
Having me, and please, I want to come back anytime. You all are the most fun a girl can have.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, Alyson, we love you.
Phil, give her a little more before she goes.
Go ahead. A little bit more, Phil.
I need your loving tonight, Alyson.
There you go.
Thank you, Phil.
Sook, I think you and I should just leave the two of them up here.
You know,
we could just have a song love
duets.
Hey, I have a song on Apple Music. It's called "Crazy Love."
Okay.
Phil Paz, check it out.
I am. Let me get my stuff right. Make a note to myself too.
Alyson, we love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And listen to all your listeners. Happy Women's History Month, and to you, Suki. Mwah.
To a powerful woman, Alyson Williams, we love you.
Alyson.
Strong, brave, fierce,
beautiful,
without a doubt.
Philly Kid, I think you just knocked Alyson off her feet.
Oh, she knocks me off my feet, man. I've been listening to her music today, and it's just
so good, right?
Yes.
But she's so true. That Soul to Soul remade it. Scotty, I wish we could play it because everybody knows that song.
No, I know. It's just they'll mute it and they'll say it's copyright.
I know they'll kick us off.
When Alyson was singing, I saw Phil down in the green room. I said, because I saw him mouthing the words. I said, you know this one? He said, yeah. I said, I got to put you up.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs, man.
What a great show again tonight, boy. Dave
Phil,
Noll.
you're such a lover. You know that? You know all the good
Phil.
love, making love songs.
Phil, when you pop up, I could just see the smiles on all the viewers' faces when you pop up. It's so funny. They all just, everybody.
And everybody loves Crazy Love. Our whole audience loves Crazy Love.
Yeah, no, that's a good tune. That's a good tune.
Hey,
that was the one that your son wrote, right?
Yes. Yep.
Beautiful.
And he's coming back to town in a couple of months, and we're actually going to work on some more songs and put them out. So see what happens.
Beautiful. Sook, are you out in the OT?
I'm out in the OT. I'm so sorry.
Well, it's 8:45 already.
Yeah, I know. He's got a big exam tomorrow. Wish me luck. I got to drill it.
Phil, I think Dave Noll right now is thinking about a new show with us, with his partner. That's
my God, from your mouth to God's ears. I hope he done something with us. Phil, say a prayer tonight. Tell your wife right now.
Yeah.
Put out the positive vibes and let's make it happen.
He said Cleve was texting him the whole show. His partner Cleve was texting him. She had ideas.
His partner and him apparently is like right brain, left brain. They just both work together in that way.
You know what's great? Because and Suka, go in a sec. When I picture that, anybody pitching a TV show, you picture Jerry Seinfeld and George, right? Going NBC, right? And they're like, "What's the show about?" And they're like, "It's a show about."
It's a show. Right. It's a show.
Right, Kramer comes. There's a show. That's a show, and that's what I picture. Right, you have the NBC executive, but what a great way! Think about great way to make a living. Right, you come out of a pitch. This guy got off his plane, and his partner had a text saying they took 65 episodes of the show they just pitched. That's got to be a boatload of money. And now you're off and running, and you got
off and running is right.
I would love to sit down and talk to that guy, meet him and talk to him, because after 40 years in the military and as a police officer,
you got a show, Phil?
I've got some shows.
I got a show.
That's a show.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to take off. I love you guys. I'll see you all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
To our viewers, it's 1 year, guys. Thank you so much for everything. 1 year. We did
it. See you later, man. Yes. Philly Kid. Welcome back, my friend. Let me get.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I don't even remember. I couldn't even tell you what I did. I don't even remember.
Well, yeah, I know one thing you did. You did a duet.
Yes. And you know what? I forgot to put that up. I usually put up our duets. Did I
okay.
have
That's
that
okay.
up here somewhere? Wait, hold on. I could get that, Philly. Here's what you do. You give him a solo. I'll put you up full screen. I'm going to find us from the weekend. Go ahead.
Okay, let's do a little. Somebody sent this request to me for the show, and Little Fats Domino, and it goes something like this. This time I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm gonna need 2 pair of shoes when I get through walking the blues. When I get back to New Orleans, I got my suitcase in my hand. Now ain't that a shame? I'm leaving here today. Yes, I'm going home to stay, 'cause I'm walking to New Orleans. You used to be my honey, but you spent all my money. No use for you to cry. I'll see you by and by, 'cause I'm walking to New Orleans. I got no time for talking. I got to keep on walking. New Orleans is my home. That's the reason why I'm gone. Yes, I'm walking to New Orleans. Yeah.
Nice, Philly kid. And because I am such a great technician, that was the perfect amount of time for me to pull down our tune. And I got to tell you, we got some pretty good reviews on it this time.
Yeah.
I think I may have only gotten one "you suck" this week. I think it was just one, or it was, you get the, I love how it's a lot of folks, and again, 99.9% is, they get it. We love you guys. Fun song. I love how some people are like, Scott's getting better under Phil's tutelage. Like you're working with me.
yeah.
Working on my vocals. It's so funny.
Wax on, wax off.
Yeah. Let's right. Phil is Mr. Miyagi, and I'm Daniel's son. Rory Wright said she watched it 3 times today. Let's put it up, Phil. We did a little what was it, 4 seasons?
Yeah.
You sent it to me first, and then I did the duet with you. Right. I finally got out of my car for this one. And
you look good too.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. A little oh, what a night. Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Little Jersey boys for you here on a Monday. Scotty and Phil, little Frankie Valli in the 4 seasons. Come on, baby. Oh, what a night. Late December back in 63. What a very special time for me, as I remember what a night. Oh, what a night. I didn't even know her name, but I was never gonna be the same. What a lady, what a night. Come on, Philly, tell us about it. Oh, I got a funny feeling when she walked in the room. Hey, my, as I recall, it ended much too soon. Oh, too soon. Oh, what a night. Hypnotizing, mesmerizing me. She was everything I dreamed she'd be. Sweet surrender, what a night. Bow, bow, bow. I felt the rush like a rolling ball of thunder, spinning my head around and taking my body under. What a night. Oh, what a night it's going to be. Tuesday through Thursday, Suki and Scott show, 7:30 p.m. over on the East Coast. Do I sound like one of those DJs in the morning? Come on, everybody, on CBS FM. Oh, I got a funny feeling when she walked in the room. Hey, my. As I recall, it ended much too soon. Oh, what a night. Why'd it take so long to see the light? Seems so wrong, but now it seems so right. What a lady, what a night. What'd you feel, Philly? Tell me what you felt. I felt a rush like a rolling ball of thunder, spinning my head around and taking my body under. Oh, what a night. 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 This has to end sometime, right, Phil? Oh, what a night. Now? Oh, what a night. Now? No? Oh, what a night. There you go. There you go.
Hang on. I'm on the phone with the casting director from Jersey Boys.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. And he just hung up on me. So yeah. Good times, man. Good times. I love that.
So let me ask you a question. Does that beard, does your goatee itch? Because I'm ready to rip my face off right about now.
It does itch sometimes. It does itch sometimes. But when it does, I get a rough towel and I just rub on it.
Yeah, I just, you know what? When I get really close, you could see like it really gets high def on my camera. Like when I get really close.
Yeah.
But I think I got to shave. It actually it matches my sweater. See this? It matches this. I look too old with a beard. I feel like I look too old.
Yeah, that's what my wife always. People say I look younger without mine, but I don't really care about looking younger. I like you with your goatee. I like you with the goatee. I feel like I have this a younger look if I'm clean shaven, you know? Yeah, and I've been getting some auditions for some bad type of characters, and I think the goatee works really well for that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Here's what I think we should start doing. Here's what I think. Might be a lot, but I think what we should do is instead of replaying the duet that we have from Sunday, Monday, maybe we do a new one that day. So it's almost like, because most of our audience have probably seen that already.
Right.
And for some reason, when I download it and play, it comes in very blurry. It's not as clear as the first time around. Mm-hmm. Maybe we do one like a fresh tune earlier in the day to give us more things to do during the day, and then we just bust it out as part of our OT, at night. So it's a fresh tune, fresh programming, fresh content, if you will,
and a premiere,
right? We premiere them. Maybe not every night, but maybe once a week on one of the nights we bust out a fresh one. Maybe Wednesday, Thursday.
I think that's a great idea.
I like that. You saw the look on Alyson's face when you were busting out that song, and it sounded pretty good. She was like, "Is this guy married?"
Hey man, I'm a fan of hers, and I've got her music on my playlist, and that's one of the songs. And she was singing that. And I was going, oh man, I hope Scott asked me to come on and sing a little bit.
I saw you down there. I'm like, is he mouthing the words? Let me bring him in. Phil, we have on tomorrow.
Who's that?
Do you remember she was on with you and I over the summer? Deborah Silver.
Yes.
She was the singer. I think she sang "Don't Cry Out Loud." Right? She sounded great.
Yes.
She's coming on. She's coming on tomorrow night with a gentleman by the name of Dennis Lambert. If you look up Dennis Lambert, you're going to see he's responsible for writing 1,000 songs that you know and have heard of with the various artists that you know. He's doing they did a COVID song. Bless you. They did a COVID type song. The COVID Blues, I think. So they're going to come on. She's going to sing for us. Going to be great.
Nice.
We have great shows coming up. I'm very excited.
Constantly.
Yeah. I mean, we'll tell you guys who's coming up that day, but we've got some good stuff. But let's sing, man. Let's do a little more. We got some time.
Oh golly, what
do you like? What do you like?
You know Blueberry Hill?
I found my thrill. Come on, I watched Happy Days all the time. Remember Richie used to sing that all the time when he was happy or he got kissed by a girl?
Yeah. And he would say it. I found my thrill.
Don't do
on Blueberry Hill. On Blueberry Hill. When I found you. Take it, Scott.
I don't have it up, Phil.
The moon.
Oh, wait, that's not me.
On Blueberry Hill. And lingered until my dream came true.
Elvis sang that too, right?
Yes, he had a version out.
Oh, it's not coming up for me all of a sudden. All right. Yeah, no, Elvis had a version which was pretty good. Let's see.
What do you want to do?
The window. Thought we were apart. You're part of me still. For you, my thrill on Blueberry Hill.
The wind in the willow played love's sweet melody, but all of those vows you made were never to be. Though we're apart,
down, near.
You're part of me still.
Oh yeah, baby.
For you were my thrill on Blueberry Hill.
Yeah. All right, Philly kid, we're gonna switch it up to a little Teenager in Love. Each time we have a quarrel, it almost breaks my heart because I'm so afraid that we will have to part. Each night I ask the stars up above, hey stars, why must I be a teenager in love? Go!
One day I feel so happy, next day I feel so sad. I guess I'll learn to take the good now with the bad. 'Cause each night I ask the stars up above, why must I be a teenager in love? Scott?
I cried a tear for nobody but you. I'll be a lonely one if you should say we're through. Well, if you want to make me cry, that won't be so hard to do. If you should say goodbye, I'll still go on loving you, Phil.
Each night I ask the stars up above,
hey stars,
why must I be a teenager in love?
Oh, God. I wish I knew how to play an instrument. I'd sit here all night on this stupid machine and just play. That's what I would do. What else we got? How about a little REO Speedwagon? We ever do them? Little REO? I don't know why my computer's a little slow right now. Let's see. Best hits REO Speedwagon. And I'm gonna keep on loving you. You know what? It was always a good song. You take it on the run, baby. That's the way you want it, baby. You know that song, Phil?
Sorta.
Let me see. And Time for Me to Fly. Oh, this is heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from another. You've been messing around. Down, down, down. They say you got a boyfriend. You're out late every weekend. They're talking about you and it's bringing me down. You know this one?
Yes.
Go ahead.
But I know the neighborhood, and talk is cheap when the story is good, and the tales grow taller on down the line. But I'm telling you, babe, that I don't think it's true, babe. And even if it is, keep this in mind.
You take it on the run, baby. If that's the way you want it, baby, then I don't want you around. Go, Philly.
You're thinking up your white lies. You're putting on your bedroom eyes. You say you're coming home, but you won't say when.
I can feel it coming. If you leave tonight, just keep on running. And you need never look back again. You take it on the run, baby. Phil, did you watch the, I know you didn't watch the whole Meghan Markle interview thing, right? You don't watch that stuff, do you?
No, I don't. On social media, I see that people are getting canceled for, talking about them. And my thing is, we just went through a pandemic. Hundreds of thousands of people died because of this.
Yeah, 500,000 to be exact.
500,000 people died from this horrible disease. Many, many businesses lost, their livelihoods, and we're having to dish out $1 trillion to try to stimulate the economy, which we're never going to recover from that.
Right.
And and the Harry and Meghan Markle are victims. So I have a problem with trying to relate that. Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Listen, everybody can watch the same thing, and everybody comes away with a different feeling, a different theory, things like that. And you say the sky is blue, 10 people are going to write that it's not. So it's all listen. It's all it's big. They had 17 million people watch the show.
Wow.
With Oprah interviewing, and listen, it's big numbers, man. CBS made a lot of money that night. That's really bottom line is what it's all about.
Yeah, well, my last year on the police department, my job specifically was to go out and find homeless people and try to get them resources so they would have food to eat and a roof over their heads.
Right.
And I saw hundreds of people who lived out of a shoebox in the freezing cold. So
right.
To me,
got to put it in perspective.
Yes. So if you're going to claim victimhood, let's, maybe you should think about what's going on in the world. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. And granted, in their defense, I don't want anyone to be mean to anybody else. If people were being mean to them, I don't want them to do that. Don't get me wrong. So, but
let's do this because we like to give our audience what they want, and they want more Phil. So why don't you pick 2 songs to solo up, finish out the night. It's amazing how quick the time goes when we're on. It's unbelievable.
I know it.
It's like we just knocked off a half an hour with it seemed like 2 minutes. Do 2 songs, long as you want, solos. Give the people what they came to see, Philly Kid.
Okay, here we go. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make her the cutest that I've ever seen. Give her 2 lips like roses and clover. Then tell her that her lonely nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone. Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me my dream. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make her the cutest that I've ever seen. Give her the word that I'm not a rover. Then tell him that her lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone. Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me my dream. Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cute. I'll give you a little trivia question. At the end of what horror movie does that song play?
Oh, I know this.
Very famous horror movie.
Friday the 13th?
Close.
Jason versus Freddy.
No. I'll give you a hint. The star of the movie is sitting in an ambulance at the end of the movie. It's probably like the second installment of the movie, I think. And that song starts playing. Bum 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 bum.
Oh, is it that dude that flies?
No flying. I'll give you a hint. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh, Jason? Friday the 13th?
No.
I always get those movies mixed up. It's not Jason, not Friday the 13th.
The kid's name in the movie, Cheryl Hall writes Silence of the Lambs.
I might as well say that.
It's the killer's name in the movie is Michael Myers.
Michael Myers. Halloween.
Donald Pleasance is the doctor.
Halloween.
Nice.
Yeah.
One of the best lines in any horror movie is when Donald Pleasance says to the sheriff after Michael Myers, is gone again, he says, "Death has come to your little town, sheriff." That's just spine tingling.
Yeah. I always get Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees mixed up in all those movies.
Jason Voorhees at Camp Crystal Lake. Yeah. Friday the 13th, part 72. All right, Philly Kid, let's give us a nice big finale.
Okay.
We'll make like sheep and get the flock out of here.
Yeah, man. Make like they used to say on Happy Days. Let's make it like a tree and leaf.
Make like a tree. Put an egg in your shoe and beat it, Potsy.
Well, it's a 1 for the money, a 2 for the show, a 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Oh, you can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes, yeah. Oh, hey, you can knock me down, step on my face, slander my name all over the place. I'll do anything that you want to do. But honey, lay off of my shoes and don't you step on my blue suede shoes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, you can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes, yeah.
Oh, it's a blue suede shoes, a blue. You remember that song? Oh, I just had it. What the hell was it? Not Crimea River. Oh, shaboom, shaboom. Yada da 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 shaboom, shaboom. Yada da 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 shaboom. I don't know the words to the song, but
life could be a dream. Yeah.
All right, life could be a dream. Go ahead, do that one, Philly kid.
Hey dong da ding dong da ding da da dang, oh boom shadow ba-dum, ba-doo. Oh, life could be a dream if I could take you up to paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again, shaboom, and hoping we'll meet again. Oh, life could be a dream if only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Now every time I look at you, something is on my mind. Da 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 da. If you do what I want you to, baby, we'd be so fine. Oh, life could be a dream if I could take you up to paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart.
And that concludes our broadcast day, everybody. We'll see you back tomorrow night. Go ahead, Phil. Take us home.
Oh, good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We hate to leave you, but we really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Tell your friends about us, everybody. Share the show. We love you. Be good to your neighbors, and